Why are bees so important? Bees are really important because they pollinate 80% of the world's plants. They pollinate 90 different food crops. 1 out of 3 or 4 bites you eat is thanks to bees. Bees are one of the best pollinators in the world. Without bees, we would either have to hand pollinate with a paintbrush, or we would have to give up a lot of foods like coca, tomatoes, apples, and almonds because they are pollinator dependent. There are many ways to pollinate, and this is one of them. A carpenter bee will land on a flower. Next, the bee uses their thoracic muscles to sonicate the grains of dry pollen out of the flower's anthers. This will work on eggplant, tomato, and other vegetables and flowers. This is called buzz pollination. The main point of pollination is for a bee to get nectar to make honey and to pollinate our food, keeping us all alive. 4 out of 10 bites of food you eat is pollinated by bees. Without bees, we would either have to hand pollinate or we would have to give up a lot of food like fruits, vegetables, and almonds. During bloom time, almonds depend entirely on honeybees to pollinate them. Carpenter bees use their strong thoracic muscles to sonicate the dry pollen grains out of the flower. This is called buzz pollination. Leafcutter bees are important to wildflowers. They also pollinate fruits and vegetables and are used by commercial cookers to pollinate blueberries, carrots, onions, and more. Mason bees are very good pollinators. 250 to 300 females can pollinate an entire acre of apples or cherries. They are often said to be more efficient than honeybees. Some other pollinators of Minnesota include butterflies, flies, and bats. One thing that a butterfly can pollinate is a sunflower. One thing that a fly pollinates is a honeydew plant. Bats can pollinate mango and banana. Mites are very tiny bugs that stick onto bees. It can weaken adult and larvae by absorbing their fat stores. It also spreads a virus preventing a bee to not fly. Monoculture is when farmers only plant one type of crop. By doing this, they increase fertilizer and pesticide use, which harms the bees. Pesticides are chemicals used for destroying insects or other things harmful to plants. But bees are also affected by this, and if it comes into direct contact with it, it immediately dies and doesn't return to the hive. To help the bee population grow, you can plant bee-friendly plants. Don't use monoculture, don't use insecticides or pesticides, don't kill bees. Plant a bee-friendly garden with a range of flowers so that bees can have access to nectar from March to October. By doing this, you might be able to help the bee population grow.